This video is going to be longer than a lot of videos that I usually post because I have so much to cover. The last video I posted was a very hard video for me to make. And just in case you didn't get a chance to view the last video, I'll make sure to leave it at the end of this one so that you guys don't make the same mistake that I did. I got a lot of feedback in the comments, and you know what? I'm listening to you guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upgrade to a brand new hang-on back filter, and I'm also gonna show you guys how I customize it. And I'm also going to be transferring some monster fish to grow since the tank is available. Not only that, we're gonna do some Oscar feeding in the daytime, and we're gonna do some red-tail catfish feeding at night. Also, I'm gonna show you guys how to protect your pond from leaves and predators, as well as some other tips and tricks, so make sure you guys watch to the end. I've been fish keeping for about 4 years, and I've had my YouTube channel for a little bit over more than a year. And let me tell you, it's been one heck of a journey, and I've learned so much. I learn something new every day. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'd love it if you guys came along for the journey. Subscribe to my channel so we can learn together and grow together. Yo, if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5. Do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel, set your alerts to get notified for my future videos, and please help this video get at least 1,000 likes. This is how you can help support my channel for free. So with this tank right here, in one of my previous videos, which was a difficult video for me to make, I lost a lot of my fish that were in here that I was growing out for several months, and it made me kind of sad. And the culprit was, I'm not knocking any products, you know, it's a cool submersible filter pump. I like the way the bubbles shoot out, but what I noticed was the little tube that's right there, it happened to get clogged somehow. And when I came out here, it wasn't pumping, and all my fish were dead. I've been waiting to put some monster fish in here, and what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the 2 tiger shovel noses in here so they can have some more space, so they can grow out in this bad boy right here. Probably be able to get them used to hand feeding and stuff. But before I put them in there, I'm definitely changing the pump. I'm gonna go old school because I never had any issues with an old school hang-on back filter. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beef it up. So I got this Marine Land filter right here offline. It was about 30 bucks. It filters up to a 50 gallon. I know a lot of times, you know, we get stuck on, oh, this filters up to a 50 gallon, this filters up to a 100 gallon. If you keep on top of your water changes, well, I keep up on top of my water changes, so I never really let it get out of control like that because, you know, I do a lot of maintenance. So I have a 55 gallon right here, but this thing filters up to a 50 gallon, but I don't think it's gonna give me any issues. Like this is a beast of a filter. Guess I'm doing an unboxing here. It comes with the lid. It comes with this cartridge, which I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna make my own stuff. It comes with a couple of instructions in here to show you how to set it up. It comes with another lid right here. I guess you put it on front and the water trickles out beneath that. It comes with a bio wheel, which is cool for the beneficial bacteria to hang on to and stick onto. But what really caught my attention about this filter is the space that this filter has. Like, I was kind of adamant about buying it. I wasn't going to buy it, but I saw someone do like a review on it, and then I was curious to see how much space that I had to work with in here. And you know, on the pictures and stuff, it looks small, but actually in person, my whole hand fits in there. So this is gonna do the job just right for the 55 gallon. And I'm also gonna beef this up anyway. I'm gonna probably put some lava rock in here and also some filter floss in here. But I could probably just get away with just having filter floss in here, to be honest with you, to just keep it simple. I already have some lava rock in the tank. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this, but I might probably put some lava rock at the bottom and then have the filter floss on the top. Haven't made up my mind yet, but y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how to beef this bad boy up to a power filter. So I'm going to explain how to save money in the hobby by using this method. This stuff right here will last you up to about 10 years. And here's a little hack for you guys. When you're putting this inside of hang-on back filters, all you have to do is cut it to the size that you need it. And you can use this instead of going to the store and buying those cartridges for your hang-on back filter. This right here is very cost efficient. This stuff right here comes in handy. You can spend between $15 to $20 for a 10-foot roll and use as needed. It also comes in handy for pond filtration as well. Now let's get back to the video. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to cut some filter floss the size to fit in here. This stuff comes in handy. You can buy a big roll, and this stuff will last you up to 10 years. You buy a big roll for maybe like 17, 20 bucks. You know what I'm saying? It'll last you. So whenever you get new projects like this, you'll have some on deck. Or if you want to replace some filter floss in your aquarium hang-on back filters, or if you want to replace it in the DIY filter, you have, you know, that option. So what we're gonna do now is we're about to get busy. I'm about to cut this up and put it on the inside and show y'all what I'm working with. So basically, I cut a large piece like this, but all I'm gonna do is fold it this way right here. I'm just gonna fold it one time like this and stick it down. I could either do it like that, or I can just basically double it like this. So, you know what I'm saying, it has more materials to go. So it has more materials to go through. I could double it down like this, put it to the side this way, this way, this way, however I want to do it. So I'll be right back. So I just took this filter out the pack, and as y'all can see, this thing is it has some carbon in there. I guess it's good for some people, but I don't put this in my aquarium. I haven't had any problem in it. Also, when you have carbon in your filter, just in case if you have to treat the tank with maybe like I don't know, some medication or something like that, it'll go inside this carbon right here and it won't come out, even when you're doing water changes. So I find it better if I just don't use this stuff at all. That's just my preference. But you could even see the difference of the thickness between you put something like this in there compared to something like that. That's a big difference. So y'all are wasting money on these. Not to knock this company with it, but y'all wasting money on these power filter cartridges. Wasting money. They don't last long. They're thin. They're flimsy. When you could just buy you some filter floss like this. Imagining you're gonna get this much more filtration out of it. It's going to be a powerhouse, and a lot of beneficial bacteria are going to be able to hide on this. These are my DIY lids right here. I forgot what this stuff is called, but I put a knob on here myself. So all I have to figure out is the placement of where I want to put the hang-on back filter and where it makes sense. I'll probably put it somewhere in maybe this area. So I have to customize this lid and cut it out so I can be able to fit it in. I have my box right here with all my plugs in here to, you know, protect it from the weather. So I kind of want it close to here, but not too close, because I kind of want it to be in the middle so I can filter stuff. So I'm gonna probably make a hole right here or in this area somewhere right here. I'll be back. I think I want to put it right about here. Yeah, this is a good spot for it. It's not in the middle, but you know it's gonna work. So with my lid goes on like so. Let me see where I have to cut it at. So we'll say maybe about, I want this lid to be able to go back on. So right about, I'll start my cut right here, and I'll end my cut about right here on this line right here. Be right back. First cut is snug, and the water has to trickle down here.
which it might work out, but I'm afraid that the water might start spilling and overlapping over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out about another inch or so to make it about right here, so we don't have any issues with the water coming out of here and going on top of here and it's sucking all the water out of here and spilling it all over the place, and then my fish don't have any water to swim in. So we're gonna correct that right now. And when you start it up, you hear that noise? You need some water to put in there. So I'm gonna take this empty bottle right here, fill it with some water, and help it try to get started. What you gonna do right there? Get some water in there. Let's see how this bad boy flows. Let's see. And there you have it. It's flowing out right there. You can also you can always adjust this to how you want it, depending on how you want your flow to come out. This right here has, what I just noticed, it has a little piece right there, so it's gonna flow out in two, which is no problem. Oh, it connected right there. So I guess like at this height and this level right here, it's doing the best. So now I'm gonna put the rest of it together. I'm gonna put the bow wheel on here. I don't expect it to rotate or anything like that. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can also and always minimize this. Oh, there it is. Well, there it was. It's all good. It'll be there, and I'll use it if I need to. But now I'm just gonna adjust this to get it back right to how I want it. With this flow, so I can push it down, move this around some with my fingers out. There we have it. There we go right there. There we have it. Flowing again. Doesn't really matter. As long as there's water's coming in here. I mostly wanted to filter and pick up these particles, so I'm not really worried about the flow. So we're gonna put this penguin piece on here, which I think it goes like this. Maybe it goes like this. Yep, that seems like it works a lot better. And then we're gonna put the back on like this. And yeah, just like that, there you have it. Push it down some more. Yeah, got a nice flow right there. Bam. So that's how you beef up your filtration system. You can do this a couple different ways. Some people will put beneficial bacteria in here with the filter floss, but I'm just more so worried about just having the filter floss in here because it's gonna house the beneficial bacteria and it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, finally filter out the particles. And I have some lava rock in already. I'm gonna adjust this, I'm gonna make it a little bit warmer in here. I think it's on like 82. We're gonna crank this bad boy up to about 80, 86, 89. Gonna crank it up. I know it's gonna probably get cool sooner, and I have a lot of tropical fish that like to stay warm, so the fish that I'm gonna put in here will have no problem. You know what? Just for a special treat for y'all, you know what I'm saying, I might as well go ahead and put them in today. Why not? Yep, that's a nice little fit right there. That works for me. Where does it? Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we got a little hole right there. I mean, I can always fix it. I can always just cut this little piece off so I can move it over some more. So that's what I think I'll do. There we have it. I made this hole a little bit larger space right here, so you know it still has some, you know, clearance right here. But in the fish hobby, man, if you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about a lot of things going wrong or a lot of mistakes. I know it rains out here, so I mean it has a little hole right here where the rain come in. I'll just put some pH balance in here when it does, because it is outside. These tarps right here over time, you know what I'm saying, they become porous because the sun is always beating down on them. They do a good job at, you know what I'm saying, keeping the tanks warm on the outside and also hiding it from the sunlight so you don't get no outrageous algae blooms. But you know, just like everything, you have to replace it every once in a while. But this should be just fine for right now till that time comes. Man, look at how pretty this tiger shoving those catfish is. Look at the size of them. Because you guys remember, I started growing them out day one. You know what I'm saying? When I started, where you at? I started growing this guy out day one. You can see all the colors, all the patterns on him. You can see all the colors and all the patterns on him. If you guys have followed me since I've been growing out since day one, this is about the second month I've been growing them out, or close to it. So yeah, we're gonna get this guy in here. Come on, buddy. Get out your net. There you go. Got you a lot of space. Now I gotta catch your friend, which is a little bit bigger and he's a little bit meaner. He's not gonna be as easy to capture. Spoke too soon. Got him. There you go. All right. So we got the big bad wolves in here, the tiger shovel nose hybrids in here. I'm thinking about putting a peacock bass in here as well. We got I've been waiting to do this because I didn't want to put any fish in here unless I had this hang on back filter, because I didn't really trust that other pump. If I can catch the peacock bass, I'll also put them in there. I'm still trying to get into pellet feed, so I might just leave them in here until they learn their lesson. Man, look at how pretty this tiger shovel nose catfish is. Look at the size of them. Because you guys remember, I started growing them out day one. You know what I'm saying? When I started, where you at? I started growing this guy out day one. You can see all the colors, all the patterns on him. You can see all the colors and all the patterns on him. If you guys have followed me since I've been growing out since day one, this is about the second month I've been growing them out, or close to it. So yeah, we're gonna get this guy in here. Come on, buddy. Get out your net. There you go. Got you a lot of space. Now I gotta catch your friend, which is a little bit bigger and he's a little bit meaner. He's not gonna be as easy to capture. Spoke too soon. Got him. All right. So we got the big bad wolves in here, the tiger shovel nose hybrids in here. I'm thinking about putting a peacock bass in here as well. We got I've been waiting to do this because I didn't want to put any fish in here unless I had this hang on back filter, because I didn't really trust that other pump. If I can catch the peacock bass, I'll also put them in there. I'm still trying to get into pellet feed, so I might just leave them in here.
This pond has matured and is doing extremely well. Here you can see some of my albino red Oscars, some of my albino tiger Oscars, some of my tiger Oscars, some of my red Oscars. I have a mixture of different types of Oscars in here.
You guys ready? Go.
You will also notice that some of the Oscars appear to be smaller than the others. And that's because I've also added some baby Oscars in here as well. I've kept Oscar fish for quite some time. And what I like about them is when you have larger Oscars and you introduce baby Oscars, the larger Oscars will not eat the babies. But this is not the same case when it comes to bass. If you have larger bass and you introduce smaller bass, the smaller bass will become a meal.
See somebody hungry.
This is my red-tailed catfish pond. And this pond, I have 4 red-tailed catfish and 1 hybrid catfish that is basically a red-tailed catfish that has been bred with a tiger shovel nose catfish. And the goldfish that you see in here,
at one point in time were feeder fish, but my red-tailed catfish didn't take any interest in them. So I took a gamble and I added the baby koi fish in this pond as well, since it didn't look like they were gonna end up snacks.
What's up, buddy? Y'all spent all day hugged up. What's up? Getting pretty too, getting big. What's up, Mr. Hybrid? You always be hiding. You sleep. Oreo. Panda. Toe Jam.
These guys pretty much lay motionless during the day, but it's a whole different story when it's nighttime and they smell food in the water. Oh yeah, you know what time it is. I got some cut up tilapia. It's a late night snack. They can smell the food in the water. Let's see how they react.
These leaves from my neighbor's mango tree are getting outrageous, man. This right here is ridiculous, man. Messing up my pH balance. Leaves will also clog up your filter and it won't be able to work properly just like they're doing now. This is why you want to keep the leaves out. The leaves keep shedding and entering my pond, entering both of the ponds actually, entering this pond right here. You see the amount of leaves over there. I just had to scoop all the leaves out. So I have a little solution for this because I'm just tired of turning my hobby into a chore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a net on top of this pond. What I've done already is I've got some command strips or command hooks, whatever you want to call them. And what I did was I put them on and I faced them pointing down. So this way they can catch on to the actual net. Wound it up like this. And I guess I have to unravel it like this. And I guess the best way possible to do this would be to unravel this whole thing. I'm just going to stretch it out across the pond like so. And then cut it where I need it. I think that should be long enough right here. I'm just gonna cut it about right here.
Wow.
Okay, so here we have it. Is it the prettiest netting job I've ever seen? No. Is it the best netting job I've ever done in my life? Absolutely not. But you know what? It does what it's supposed to do, and that's catch the leaves.
There was extra netting left over, so I decided to get started on this pond as well.
Got all the leaves out. Put a net on top of the pond right here.
Wow.
What I did was, with this one I use these little command hooks. For the actual pond, it's a little bit simpler. I used some of these right here, some of these zip ties, and I tied it around. That's how I get them to stay. So it'll be a lot easier when I have to do some pond maintenance to be able to get in here. Also, I left myself some space on
some of the sides so I can get in here if I need to. But they're just zip ties, so I can just cut them, the leaves out. This pleco is pushing 2 feet long. He's a monster. I caught him today by accident when I was at the lake, but I also needed one of these anyway, just to help out with algae control. This guy is stunning. Look at the patterns on his back. These fish are also known as an armored catfish. This is the biggest fish that I own at this point. He's an absolute unit, and I know that he's gonna take care of this pond. I have a bunch of algae on the side of the walls, and I've been trying to figure out how to get it off, and I believe that he is the answer to all of my problems. This is a pleco, but also commonly known as an algae eater. A lot of times when people buy these in the pet store, they're small, maybe 2 or 3 inches, but I don't think that a lot of people know exactly how large these can get. These grow out to be almost 3 feet. They're going to get way too big for your fish tank, so don't even buy one. Add some water to the pond right here. Look at these guys. These guys are getting pretty, man, and they're getting big. Eventually, I'm gonna have to move them over into my other pond, which is a little bit smaller when the winter time comes, because it's gonna be a lot easier for me to heat it. But this filter is doing the job, getting the job done. I got this DIY shade cover on top. You know what I'm saying? The sand is looking like all the algae is starting to come up off of it. The sand seems like you know, it's getting back to the original color it used to be, rather than just green because all the algae build up on here. But yeah, they're flourishing, they're doing good. Adding some fresh water for them right now. That's what it's all about. This is fish keeping, man. Got a net over here to keep leaves out, predators out, keep the fish in. You just never know.
You guys look hungry. I love these colors, man. That's all I'm feeding you guys, because you guys like to make a mess.
So for the Oscar pond, I typically feed this pond 2 to 3 times a day, just because I'm trying to basically fatten them up for the winter. When winter time comes and the water temperature drops, it's a lot harder for the fish to digest their food. A lot of fish even stop taking food because they realize that the water temperatures has gotten way too cold.
Let me tell you, you don't get no better than this. Right here, this is how I keep on top of my weekly water changes right here. Want to keep your pond looking crystal clear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you don't have time to make this all the time. You just build it to how you want it at the right length. You can even leave it in here, and then when it rains, the water just comes out, and that's an automatic water change for you, especially during the rainy season. All right, so what I did was, I think I actually like that. I think I actually like that a lot. So what I did was I added to the filtration system. I made these pipes curve right here. They used to be just like off into the side, but I know winter's coming, and when I start to cover this, you know what I'm saying, I don't want the water to be exposed to the outside weather elements. So I think I actually like it though too. It's going under there, creating some air bubbles for the fish, more oxygen. This one right here pushing out more flow. I don't know, but I think I might raise this one just a little bit, or I might put on a different connection piece right here just to get it to come out some more. Or I might actually just turn it around. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll just I think I'll turn it around. Well, it's fine for right now, but I really like the way that one flows and it's pushing water, so I really like that one. But I don't know. Yeah, I got this floating basket right here that I made DIY, put some plants in there. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good.